Parents have Reddit, what lessons have to try to teach your kids that completely backfired? I wanted to teach my son the value of money and work ethic because he kept wanting Robux. I decided it would be a great teaching moment, and a win-win opportunity as he was just getting to the age in which I think he should start doing chores around the house. He really wanted to buy some skin or something, so I created a chore chart and gave each chore a value. We established a schedule and everything. It was working out majestically. Every day without asking he was doing dishes, cleaning his room, picking up the dog poop. It was epic. Then one day, I came home and nothing had been done. I asked him, "Hey man, what's up with the dishes? Oh, and go pick up the dog poop too." He simply replied, "Nah." Fighting back rage, I simply said, "Excuse me?" He said, he made enough money over the last X days that he bought his skin and he was good now. It was hard to argue. This is like the same effect going to a hotel has. You go to this clean place, where food is delivered to your bedside, and no one is ever making you do anything. Then you go back to your crap job and crap life of having to pick up after yourself. I have this effect having recently moved out. Sure, I had chores at home, but now I suddenly have all the chores. Cooking, cleaning, dishwashing. It's going okay, but man, is it harder than living at home. Yes. I took my son to a Disney resort last week, and upon check-in they said if I wanted to opt out of daily room cleanings we could get a $20 gift card to spend at shops at Disney. While I get their intent, I noped the fuck out before they finished their offer. I clean at home. Come turn down my bed and bring me daily lotions to hide in my bag that you will replenish every day, madam. Vigorously and aggressively tuck in my top sheet. I'm on vacation. Till that teaching kids lessons is like getting your wish granted by douchebag genie, or that they should buy your lottery tickets for you, and that's why we don't teach lessons. Not a parent, but my in-laws love telling this story about my fiancé. He was resistant to potty training, and they eventually got him to start using the potty by telling him that he had to be out of pull-ups before a family trip to Disney World, because Mickey Mouse only sees big boys and girls. And also, who wants to lug a diaper bag around Disney? Anyway, it went great, they had a great trip. And the day after they got back, he took a shit in the living room. When asked, he said, "I don't gotta use the potty cause I already saw Mickey Mouse." They very firmly told him that if he was old enough to use logic, he was far too old for diapers, and that was the end of that. My daughter did something similar. My mill promised her a Hello Kitty house playset for learning to use the potty. So after 1 week of using the potty every time she had to go, my mill gave her the Hello Kitty house. Next day she started wetting herself again because she got the house, so what was the point in still using the potty? I explained she still had to use the potty to be a big girl and made a sticker chart. No more promising toys for things the child has to do. But a sticker chart seems to work wonders in my house. It worked well for my college roommates too. When my older son was about 3 or 4 years old, we realized he was starting to act very spoiled and materialistic. We always tried to make him see how lucky he already had it, but he constantly begged us for every toy, candy, and treat he saw anywhere and everywhere. Around that time, I came across a great photo spread that involved a photographer traveling around the world and snapping photos of different children with their most prized possessions. Of course, the kids in the US, Canada, and Europe were mostly photographed in rooms filled with stuff. But there were also photos of children from impoverished nations, usually showing the child with only one old, dirty stuffed animal. I thought I was going to accomplish this brilliant parenting move by sitting him down and going through the photos with him. I'd explain how the kids with rooms like his were beyond lucky and he should feel more than satisfied with all of the great stuff that he had. Then I would show him the other photos and he would finally understand that there are so many other children in the world with far less than he had. We looked through the photos and talked about each one. We finally got to one with a little boy standing on his cot with his one possession, a well-loved, dingy-looking stuffed monkey. My son looked at it for a long time. I could see his wheels spinning. Success, I thought. After a long bit of silence, he finally looked up at me, gave me a sweet smile and said, "I want that monkey." Captain Price, mission failed. We'll get him next time. Not a parent, but when I was around 12, my father suspected that I stayed up late playing video games, even though I didn't. One night he went into my room and told me that I shouldn't play my Game Boy Advance past bedtime, because I needed to rest. That's when I realized I could play my Game Boy Advance past bedtime, and I've suffered from insomnia since then. This story is my favorite. When parents give you an idea you didn't even consider previously. And she said, "It's important for kids to be good in sports, because the alternative is drugs." Well, that was the first time I'd heard there was an alternative. Wait, is this an actually thing that parents say? There's a lot more alternatives. Schoolwork, not calling athletes idiots, fortinite, depression. Saw a clip on local news about a toddler saving her mom's life by calling 911 when she collapsed. Figured it was a good idea to teach my toddler 911. Had 2 cops at my door 5 minutes later. Good response time, especially considering how the toddler called them 4 minutes and 59 seconds after being taught. Good on the cops, their FBI agent sent them 30 minutes before. A friend of mine was trying to teach his son not to hit his daughter, so anytime the son hit the daughter, he started hitting the son in the head. Not hard, but enough to hopefully jog some sense of empathy. Actual result, the son would cover his head with one hand and smack his sister with the other. When me and my brother would always fight, and when it got into our teen years it got violent. My mom would grab something, either a belt or a thule, or in severe case a knife, and tell us to stop. My older brother stopped. I grabbed the knife and told her I'd stab her. So basically I experienced a much more dangerous version of what you described. When my daughter was 10, she wanted to try out for a community theater version of Beauty and the Beast. She got nervous though, and almost backed out, because she was so sure she wasn't going to make it. My husband, who did some acting in high school, stepped in and said that he would also audition, even though he knew he was never going to make it. He wanted to demonstrate to her that it's okay to audition for something that you don't think you're going to make. She ended up not only just making it, but she got the part of Chip. My husband got the part of Maurice, Belle's father. He didn't even want to be in a goddamn play. This fucking happened to me a few weeks ago. Well, kind of. I wanted to try out for a part in the female version of The Odd Couple that my town theater company is doing. My boyfriend came with me as emotional support because I was nervous. They asked him to read the male parts because no man had come to audition. The next day, he gets a call offering him a role, and I get a call saying sorry but you're not in the play. Now they want me to be the fucking stage manager. God, I did this as a child to my sister. She was 10 and I was 9, and she really wanted to be in the best Christmas pageant ever. My mom had me try out so I wouldn't be bored or make trouble. I got a part. My sister got a free ticket. When my daughter was young I was trying to teach her the value of money and decided to start giving her an allowance. She had a few tasks to do around the house and afterwards on the weekends before we would go out, I'd give her $5. I explained that because she helped out and did her chores, she had earned money to spend on whatever she wanted. She happily accepted and stashed her money in her room. I thought nothing of it. Later that evening before I tucked her into bed after reading to her, she goes to her money jar, pulls out $2 and hands it to me, and explains that it's for being a good baddie. Edit. It's come to my attention this isn't the definition of backfiring. Please take back your imaginary internet points. To answer some questions. After I got the money, I gave her a hug and told her I loved her. When she was asleep I put the money and some more in her jar. Many years later as she approaches being a teenager, she still works hard and listens, accomplishes the tasks I set out for her and doesn't know the value of money. She has not been left wanting. I tried again with giving her money for her birthday and taking her to an aquarium she wanted to go see. She was given enough to pay for a meal, her ticket, souvenirs and a small shopping trip afterwards. She bought small trinkets and a pair of boots and a shirt. She saved almost half the money. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right or wrong. I'm just struggling like every other parent I know. Buy yourself something nice, hun. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have a similar story, share it in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more. Have a great day, or night.